When I look around me today, it seems to me that America is addicted to the cell phone. You can see people walking along with their thumbs flying in the air, and you know that they're texting. I hate seeing that sight, but what I hate even more is seeing somebody driving a car doing that. I personally witnessed the devastation that can be caused by someone who's sending or receiving a text message while he's driving a car. One morning in September of 2006, a man who was a husband and a father left home to pick up a friend and go to work. The two of them worked together. Then a man who was texting came along, struck their car, pushed it into the path of oncoming traction. Both of these men were killed instantly. The driver of the car was the husband of a very, very close friend of mine. She was my very best friend through junior high school and high school. She started dating Joe when they were still in high school, so I got to know him, and the worst part of the whole thing was that they had 2 small children. The other man was also a husband and a father. The man who caused the accident was 19 years old, and phone records show that he was sending messages from the time he entered the car until the time of the crash. He appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and he told the audience, quote, "This affects my life every day. I can't even sleep at night." He now travels around the U.S. telling his story and trying to educate young people on the dangers of texting and driving. Studies conducted by the Virginia Transportation Institute measured the time it takes for the driver to take his eyes off the road, put it on his cell phone, and then turn back. It's only 5 seconds. But yet, with a car traveling at highway speeds, that 5 seconds is enough to cover the length of a football field. According to some of the information that was given on that show that day, 50,000 people are injured and 6,000 are killed by cell phone related causes of accidents. Also, it was reported on that show that 1 in 4 crashes involve cell phone usage. At any point during the day, 11% of the drivers on the road will be using a cell phone. Then a study done at the University of South Florida indicated that the brain receives a message like the same as a person who is gambling and has won the jackpot. Also, it concluded that the brain does not multitask the way we think it does, that it can only handle one job at a time sequentially, and then it'll go back and forth between those tasks. Texting and cell phone use is not the only danger. Many teens try to update their Twitter or Facebook accounts while they're driving a car. An NBC News report found that 10 drivers admit to sending updates to Twitter, Facebook, or some other type of social media while they're driving. They reported that a woman who was trying to update her Facebook and drive her car smashed head-on into a truck, and her 4-year-old son was killed in the process. To help combat these problems, many of the cell phone companies have provided apps where parents can disable the whole cell phone except for the usage of 911. There's even one that will speak the messages out loud and then send the busy message to whoever did send the message. Therefore, parents and grandparents use these apps to temporarily disable texting while their kids are driving. Then there's Oprah's Winfrey's website. On her website, there's a thing that kids can join to say that my car will be a no phone zone. I thought that was really cute. According to the Tampa Bay Times, which is our newspaper, texting while driving became against the law in the state of Florida on October 1st. If a person is stopped for some other reason, the police can ticket him for texting too. Unfortunately, it's going to be left up to the schools to get the word out about this law. The sign that you can see is going to be posted outside of all high school and vocational school exits in our county. Next time you're driving and you're tempted to look at your cell phone, think of the consequences of possibly losing your life, or even worse, costing another his life.